The mutual friend lie. What is it? An infamous lie Dan and Phil told in 2012 about how they met. In 2009 to 2011, Dan and Phil said they met each other on Twitter because Dan was a fan, and they befriended each other because they had mutual interests. However, in 2012 they for some reason changed the story, saying they met through a mutual friend. The lie started with Phil, and they both kept adding to it over a period of 6 months, making it less and less believable, until they suddenly stopped mentioning it again. In July 2015, Dan finally broke silence, going back to the original explanation: "We met on Twitter and befriended each other."
Now, this is something that I bet a million people want the answer to. Well, pretty much, I just met him as Amazing Phil, which inspires all of you out there to just stalk your YouTube subscriptions until they become your best friend, but yeah, pretty much, like, I just used to out-reply him on Twitter, like, "You saw that film? Hey dude, I liked that film. You got Muse's new album? Hey, I like Muse's new album." And then he was like, "We seem to have things in common, wanna chat on Skype?" And then a couple months later it was like, "Hey dude, wanna hang out in town sometime?" And it sort of went on from there. So yes, just stalk people until they become your friend.
How did I meet Dan? We were talking on Twitter, and then we had a friend that lived in Manchester we both knew. Which was weird. But then we met up and we went to some YouTube gatherings and stuff, and we became best friends. How did you meet Phil? We had a mutual friend in Manchester, and I recognized him off the internet. A lot of people seem to think I used to be a fangirl of Phil. That was only a joke I made for a video. I didn't used to really watch that many British YouTubers when I was 14, and I was just watching YouTubers for ages. I used to just watch American YouTubers really, and gaming videos. I was one of those guys watching American girls and gaming videos. But I did know who Phil was. So then when I saw him in Manchester I was like, "You're off the internet."
In which Dan digs his own grave, because none of that made sense. We had a mutual friend in Manchester, yet we have never been told this friend's name, or seen him hanging out with him any of the times Dan went and visited Phil in Manchester in 2009. I recognized him off the internet, so then when I saw him in Manchester I was like, "You're off the internet." He purposely makes it seem as though he just happened to be in Manchester one day, visiting the mysterious mutual friend, and then randomly bumped into Phil, and that's how he met him. But then, what is this? That's totally not Dan and Phil planning the meeting for the first time via Twitter. And that's totally not Phil being excited that there is only 12 days until they're finally going to meet in person. And that's totally not Phil saying how excited he is about Dan's train tickets to Manchester arriving. Or Phil saying that he's excited because Dan is coming to his house tomorrow. No, it was totally unplanned, and Dan just happened to recognize him off the internet one time when he was in Manchester. Sure Dan, whatever you say. When I saw him in Manchester. Yeah, saw him at the train station, where he intentionally met you. A lot of people seem to think, I used to be a fangirl of Phil. That was only a joke I made for a video. This is list of his comments on Phil's space adventure videos where he is fangirling over how amazing it was. Tweets to Phil about how great the space adventure was. Yeah, totally not a fangirl of Phil. I have no clue where any of us would have gotten that idea from. I didn't used to really watch that many British YouTubers, when I was 14, and I was just watching YouTubers for ages. I used to just watch American YouTubers, and gaming videos. I was one of those guys, watching American girls and gaming videos. Yes, because you were talking about when you were an immature 14-year-old. We're not talking about when you were 14, Dan. We're talking about when you were being a fangirl of Phil, when you were 17 and 18. In other words, this point you're making is completely irrelevant. A lot of people ask me what I think of all the anti-fan things that Dan used to say in 2012 and what they mean for fan, whether it makes me believe in it less. But my answer is no, not at all, because I think it's pretty clear that a lot of what Dan said in 2012 was just lies to try and cover things up. And this post is a perfect example of that. I think the real question is, why are they both lying so hard to try and hide how they met? Late 2012 is the last time either of them tells the mutual friend story. Here, Dan also adds the claim that his video, How to Befriend Your Favorite Internet Stars, note how he changes the name Sly T, Sneaky, was a joke.
How did you guys meet? I went to Manchester. To uni. And I knew a guy that knew Phil. It's really boring. The most least interesting story ever. I thought you met Phil through stalking him. No, that was a joke, on my How to Make Internet Friends video, whatever it was called.
How did that come about? How did you guys start working together?
He was a YouTuber like ages ago, like 7 years ago, and I was just like a crazy YouTube fan, like these guys. I was a massive stalker, just like you. And I watched people like Charlie Spurlock and Shane Dawson and people, so I wanted to become a YouTuber. And then I had a gap year, so I was like, hey, while I'm not doing anything before I go to college, why not waste the time making YouTube videos? I asked him on Twitter to tell me how to make videos. Yeah. Because back then, no one had any followers. So I was like, I like Muse, and you like Muse, let's be friends. And then a career happened. So stalk someone you really like, and eventually you'll get through. You just gave, that's the fact. I'm Phil Trash #1, and that's
social media, like Dan was coming to university in Manchester, and then we hung out in Manchester, made a video, and then more people watched it than a normal video, and we're like, hang on, we might be onto something here, making a video together. So,
What do you guys think? What is the real story? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button.